morning, friends. This morning session is dedicated to class 12. The pre board exam is just in the middle of February, and the children of class 10 and 12 are in hectic preparations for their board exam. So, just to enlighten their preparation, just to boost their morale, some of the questions of class 12 English core I'm discussing. The very first question that is from class 12 English core is, why do you think Dr. Sadaw's father was a very traditional and conventional man? This is from the lesson The Enemy. Dr. Sadaw's father was a traditional man. Like any other father, he had done everything for the education of Dr. Sadaw. He has provided all the facilities that any parent can provide to his child. But in the case of his own culture and tradition, he is very particular. He he didn't like and to have a girl of any other culture as his daughter-in-law. So he accepted, Hannah only when he found that she was of pure heart and race of his Japanese origin. He performed the marriage of Dr. Sadaw in a traditional and conventional way. He accepted Hannah just after getting her, or just after he found that she was also of the pure Japanese race. He also arranged the marriage in the old Japanese way. The second question was related to, yes, what new phase was Joe going through in the custom of the storytelling? Yeah, this is from Should Wizard Hit Moment. Yes, Joe was going through a new phase of custom in the concern of storytelling. In the beginning, Joe used to listen to the story quietly and just used to sleep after that. But gradually, she had started listening to the story quite attentively. She had started showing her curiosity to know about many things she did not know earlier. She didn't ask earlier any question, but now she had started asking some moral questions. Now she wants to know everything, and has even started stressing upon her own point of view. Yeah, next question. That is a long question. Yeah, people say that failures are the stepping stones towards success. Discuss with reference to the lesson Deepwater. Yeah, it is rightly said that failures are the stepping stones towards success. Every failure teaches us a lesson, and we come to know our fallacies, our demerits, and we start working on our demerits and try to overcome the problems and difficulties that really become a hurdle in our path of success. We get inspired and start working on our weaknesses. So failures provide us the feedback to work further on our destination and reach at the goal. So it is important that those who have failed, they will only be successful because they are well aware of their fallacies, their demerits. This is the case with Douglas also in the story Deepwater. Douglas, repeated failures in learning how to swim makes him decide not to give up. In the beginning, he was so terrorized with water that he didn't even want to enter the swimming pool. One of the incidents that took place in his childhood made him completely frightened with water, and he even lost his social life and all the activities related to water. He didn't even enjoy the water sports because of the fear that gripped him right from the beginning. But he never gave up. He employed an instructor, swimming instructor, and under his guidance, he learned to overcome his fear. and a time came that he was able to swim alone across a big river. He was able to show his stamina and guts and overcome the fear of water. So, had he really not failed in learning to swim, he would never have been successful in becoming a champion swimmer. So, this is the case with every human being, that when we fail, actually we learn. We always learn from our failures and gain from our success. So it is equally important that we should learn from our failures and gain from our success. And the last question: how did Franz find teaching and learning that day? The last lesson. Yeah, the last lesson is a beautiful story that teaches us that one's language is one's existence and one's origin. Franz found teaching and learning very interesting that day. He was very attentive and careful. Franz also realized that Mr. M. Hamel had never explained everything with so much patience. To him, it seemed almost as if this lesson was the most important lesson for his teacher, and he wanted to give them as much as he could, because that way it was going to be the last lesson of Mr. M. Hamel. So this story, the last lesson, teaches us that when one realizes the importance of one's existence, one's language, then one really becomes interested. French had never been so much interested in learning French, his own language, but on the last lesson, the way Mr. M. Hamel was teaching to his students, it appeared as if he was going to give them everything that he had. And that is the reason why, friends attended the class very attentively and understood everything very well. It appeared to friends that Mr. M. Hamel was giving everything that he wanted on the last lesson, and thus Franz was quite interested in learning from his teacher. He wanted to actually learn everything that Mr. M. Hamel was going to give him. And this is perhaps the last question. Yes, this is the last question. Why was Gandhi opposed to C.F. Andrews helping him in Champaran? That is from Indigo. Gandhi was opposed to C.F. Andrews helping him in Champaran because he was a foreigner. C.F. Andrews, with a social worker in Champaran, was a foreigner. He was a close follower of Gandhiji and desired to help him. But Gandhiji felt that a foreigner's help should not be sought to free India of foreign origin. According to him, self-reliance was of utmost importance. Being a foreigner, he decided not to take help from C.F. Andrew because he just thought it was not justified to seek help from someone of a foreign origin in the freedom struggle of the Indians from the foreign rule, because it was not quite appropriate that C.F. Andrew, though his follower, should help them in this task. The struggle was against the foreign rule, and the struggle was for the Indian independence, for independence and struggle for freedom. So it was quite justified for Gandhiji not to seek help from any foreigner such as C.F. Andrew in this matter. Thank you. Have a nice day.